50 retired at UNLV.
You know, that's something that I can honestly say, as a kid, you dream about a lot of things, winning, you know, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, is to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Harris is checked in for Hill. Green comes in for Seth Curry. And it's Shake Milton in for Maxey. Katie against Simmons. Harris outside. Teardrop shot. He lays it in. Harris has got the lead up to 7 now for the 76ers.
This is how dangerous Harris is. Look at this. Capable of burning you with the floater as well.
And you rarely see the vision and playmaking of Ben Simmons in someone that size. That you can put him up there with Magic, LeBron, and Penny Hardaway in terms of those taller playmakers.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Greg. I mean, he's unique, really unique and gifted in that regard. And with all great passers, there are a couple of things they do well. One is they see a play or two ahead. They anticipate and throw the ball where it should be going, anticipating that. And the other thing is the timing with which they make their passes. It's usually right at the right time, and the opportune time for a teammate to score on the catch.
That free throw missing.
You know, Jordan, to me, is one of the more reliable bigs in the league. He takes a lot of punishment and rarely takes a night off.
So he can't get either to fall. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the 76ers. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Pass to Milton. Simmons against Irving. And that one hits back iron. Nets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Irving doing a nice job there, being creative and efficient with that beautiful assist.
Here's Milton. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by, showing off the hook shot.
Simmons putting his outstanding athleticism to use on that drive. A remarkable penetrator who knows exactly how to carve up the defense.
Now here's Green. Durant wide open. He fires. A three-pointer off the mark. Takes the three. Brooklyn with the rebound. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Yeah, and that one, they just locked it down defensively. Challenged shots and really protected the rim.
Well, I tell you what, I think you got to really appreciate the grit. Getting dirty, staying engaged. That's really what defense is all about.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And checking out some numbers for Ben Simmons. He's been in good form here the last few weeks. First in field goal percentage. And he's in the top 5 in assists per game as well. He sees the floor and makes the game easier for his teammates.
And you're right. He's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot. That's why he's tops in field goal percentage. No good on the free throw. Greg, if your system overall for these teams, if the schemes don't seem to be working, how much can you really change before you get to the offseason, or in particular, before you get to the playoffs?
It's never easy. A system change would come typically with a coaching change, and the reality is you also have to evaluate the roster, and you can't fit that square peg into a round hole. Whatever your system is, it's got to be catered to the personnel you have. You can't go the other way around, and I think that's what separates oftentimes the good coaches from the great ones.
Now here's Embiid. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. Knocked away and stolen by Harris. Simmons passes to Embiid. Rebounded by the Nets. Big Red's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The drive by Green, and that one good. Green's got his first bucket in this one.
Guys, that is concentration right there. Love how Green stayed in control and focused on the task at hand.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Well, you know, it takes character, poise, toughness to win on the road, and that's exactly what they showed last game.
Chance now to check out the NBA's most efficient scorers. Well, you look at Big Red, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. And, of course, Ben Simmons right behind him.
You can't say enough about these two guys shooting this season. Both their percentages, just incredible stuff.
Simmons with it, covered by Irving. Green kicks to Milton. 76ers moving the ball around. Here's Embiid. Almost, but it rolls out. Nets trail by 4.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. And not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this. Boy, from the looks of it, it appears the defense is fine with him taking that shot, but he makes them pay when they do.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Johnson comes in for Kevin Durant. Maxey's checked in for the 76ers. Hill comes in for Green. 56 seconds left now here in the second. Johnson outside. Lobbed up there for Green.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Maxey passes to Harris. Off target from outside.
something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Here's Simmons following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Clock at 6. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Philadelphia ahead, up 2. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Joel, the reserves have been a big story. What are you seeing from them?
The bench has helped us a lot. They've come in, they scored the ball, they've got to stop, so we're going to need them to keep it going.
We'll see if they can close it out in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5 points. The second quarter saw them lose just a fraction of the lead they held at the end of the first, as they're now ahead by 2 points at the half. And from what we saw so far from the 76ers, Kenny, what's your take?
Well, you've got to love the work the reserves have done so far for them. The bench comes in, and they've been big, giving the starters a much-needed break. They've come in, and they've contributed.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Nets?
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the three, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the three ball, way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of the game it's been so far. It's been one outstanding game from Big Red.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Simmons is out there with Shake Milton, and it's Green in at the 3. Here's Big Red. And here's KD for 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Durant's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Brooklyn. Simmons against Irving. The pass to Harris. Rebound, Brooklyn. Big Red's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pops it up for Jordan. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Boy, Jordan is an alley-oop specialist, a big target with strength and bounce.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket.
Now here is Harris. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hook shot on the way. And Simmons with the nice bucket inside. Simmons got 6.
And, you know, this is the area where Simmons is most effective, mainly due to his size and athleticism.
Passes to Durant. The shot off that time. Some solid defense from Harris.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Green with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. Simmons looking it over. Durant with some nice D.
Just 1 for 4 from the field, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
Green in the post. Defended by Milton. That one goes in.
Tell you, it helps when Green capitalizes from there, guys, because what it does is prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
Pass to Harris. For the tie. The rebound by the Nets.
And Tobias Harris, a crusader for a cause that isn't talked about too much. He has a huge concern about sleep deprivation and the effects it has on athletes.
Yeah, you know what, Greg? While it's not talked about a lot, it is gaining ground in all kinds of circles, particularly in the world of sports, the whole sleep deprivation idea. And Harris is a guy who's conscientious and thoughtful. I love the fact that he's bringing this to his teammates' attention because it's critical. And he's certainly passionate about it. We'll see how much wind it gets with him speaking up on it.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Changes for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Johnson in for Gerald Green. And then for Philadelphia, Howard's checked in for Joel Embiid. Maxey comes in for Shake Milton. And George Hill's subbed in for Danny Green. Now here's Durant. He has 7. And stolen by Simmons. Pass to Hill. Back to Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
You know, that's what you want out of your point guard. Hill is really doing a nice job getting the ball from side to side and not hesitating at all in doing it.
Here's Irving. Here's the pass to KD. Tips it. Great positioning on the putback. Big Reds got 11 points.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Now here is Harris, and it's blocked. 1:49 left to play in the third. Durant, the pass to Big Red. Outside Irving. No good from outside.
Early on, he tried to shoot his way out of this funk, but later in the game now, you might want to just give it up and look for his teammates to do the scoring.
Now here is Hill. He averages about 5 points a game. Harris. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got 3 assists now in this one.
Boy, this is the threat that Harris poses now. He's a scorer from every level. Inside, three-point land, and at the rim.
And they call an illegal screen here.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Brooklyn making some changes. Eubanks is checked in, and it's Crowder in for Kevin Durant. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Curry's checked in. Now here is Hill. Outside Curry.
tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
And that one's good, Irving.
Well, Irving can shoot it with little warning. I mean, he's just that quick. No time to contest if you're not there before the shot.
And here is Simmons. He's got 8. Curry is inside. Johnson's there. It's deflected. They recover it. 3 on the clock. Howard trying to free himself up. Maxey, no good. Nets leading by 3. Passes it to Eubanks. Now, here is Irving. He's got 6. From the arc. Traps in the tray. And it's a 6-point Brooklyn lead. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Nets lead by 6. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got Johnson, Gerald Green out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's Eubanks in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
And hustle like that is why he leads his team in rebounds tonight.
And I tell you what, guys, nobody's been more physical in this game than he has. He has been a glass eater.
Green, no luck. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. The drive by Green. Green with the block.
Excellent defender is Danny Green. He's instinctual, and he's got great court awareness defensively.
A 3-ball. That shot missing. The Nets go the other way with it.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Now, here is Hill. Here's Embiid, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
When he's got ideal position inside, I mean, Embiid goes right into the contact. He hunts it out.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
Tell you what, when Joel Embiid is healthy, this dude is a super effective player. A polished big man with an arsenal of post moves and shots. He's a handful down there.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Nets. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And Embiid drops them both.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Now here's Jordan. Back to Irving. Makes it off the glass. And the Nets lead by 6.
Boy, good luck trying to keep Irving down. I mean, he's more than happy to take the contact and finish right through it.
Curry on the wing. Guarded by Green. Here's Howard. There's the feed to Embiid. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. And it's 8 points for Joel Embiid.
Well, you know, there's only so much you can do against Embiid, guys. I mean, he's such a terrifically skilled offensive player with great size. I mean, he plays pretty much through any kind of contact.
Green, no luck. The 76ers trailed by 4. Green inside, kicks to Embiid. And they double up Embiid. Green finds Curry. Now here's Embiid. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Embiid's got 6 points in the quarter.
Embiid really good at shooting in rhythm off the catch.
Timeout called the Nets.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
So for the Nets, Big Red's checked in for Johnson. And Durant subbed in for Crowder. And then for Philadelphia, Harris is checked in for Howard. And Simmons subbed in for Curry. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Kevin, we'll see if they can make that adjustment.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Brooklyn leading by 3. It's Durant on the wing. Pops it up for Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Hey, that's why you want an experienced veteran like DeAndre Jordan. That's a huge hoop from him.
Simmons passes to Embiid. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Good on the shot.
You like Embiid's confidence and willingness to step up in the big moment.
Irving with the ball. Pass to Durant. And it's off from three-point range. The drive by Green. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Kevin Durant.
When Green's on the court, you can't lose him because he's just too dangerous as a shooter.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Nets.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
That's good from Green.
You know, we very well could have some competition in the broadcast booth in a few years. I mean, Green's talked a lot about wanting to become an analyst when he retires from the game, and I don't think there's any question he'll be a good one.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Nets with the lead. Here's Big Red. Pass to KD. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. The pass to Big Red. And a miss there on the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Boy, proving to be a handful once again, guys. Embiid, so tough to keep off the glass because of his agility and size.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Their ability to rebound and convert those second chance opportunities has been a running theme throughout.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
First free throw is good, and that ties the game up.
Yeah, you look at Durant's numbers, 50, 40, 90. He's made that club multiple times. One of the few players to accomplish that. And he seems to threaten those numbers virtually every year.
And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
Yeah, he doesn't let the pressure get to him. Cool and confident from the line.
Now Simmons, pass to Embiid. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
You know, it's the muscle and size of Embiid that allow him to score through contact.
Drops for Embiid.
Yeah, terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Pulls up on the elbow, and he comes up with the deuce. KD's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
What a great play. Totally schooled the defender on that one.
Simmons, the bounce pass. Embiid from outside.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
It's the three-point bomb.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 3. There's 53 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Joel Embiid.
And the decision-making tonight has just been outstanding. If the shot hasn't been there for him, he's just kept the ball moving. And that patience is how he's gotten his field goal percentage to almost 60 here tonight.
To the inside. Harris dishes to Simmons. It counts.
Hey, it's clear. Simmons is a very gifted player, somebody who is mentally strong in these situations and takes the challenge on head first.
Now here's Durant. Over Green. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here are the 76ers now. And he commits the intentional foul.
Take a break. Take a break.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6.
I like his even-keeled demeanor, guys. You look at Ben Simmons, never too high or too low. He's got a quiet confidence about him that bodes well for his future.
And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Those are critical foul shots. Love to see him knock them down there.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 7. There's 25 seconds left in the game. There's 25 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Good!
Well, in my mind, KD is one of the top 10 all-time guys that you want taking that shot. His length, his ball handling, his shooting, and his confidence makes him huge in late-game situations.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game. Guys, no real chance for them to come back now.
Yeah, I think the focus has to be on their next game at this point. And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Boy, he has put in some major work. He's earning his pay, for sure.
So the 76ers win it. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel, we've heard in the past some people questioning your level of fitness. What's your response?
You know, I'm just going to keep on doing what I've been doing this year and not being healthy. And I haven't been injured. And I'm going to try to keep that. I'm going to keep that way. So.
Well, whatever you're doing is working, man, so keep it up. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.
We're the land of the free and the whole.
Lots of enthusiasm around that presentation of the Star-Spangled Banner. And we got plenty more coming up. Stay tuned. .2K Sports presents the NBA. Monday Night Basketball is coming right up. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, we'll be hearing from shortly. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Andre Drummond.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Kevin, thanks. Anthony Davis was among the top candidates for last season's Defensive Player of the Year award. AD said he takes pride in his defense, adding, anytime guys feel they can score it on me, I take it personally. Kevin, it's going to take an awful lot to get your shots up over the brow. Back to you.
Sure does, DA. Thank you so much. Greg, a game like this, two offensive juggernauts going head-to-head. I mean, we're buckled in, ready to go.
I mean, listen, the rules favor offense in today's game. That's why league-wide scoring is on the rise. And I would expect we're going to see a bucket or two put forth tonight, Kevin.
No doubt. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Brown, and it's Drummond in at the center position. And for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan is out there with Big Red. Then there's Gerald Green. Then there's Irving. And it's Durant in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Big Red, pass to KD. And then Durant with the dunk.
With his long strides, Durant can gather at the three-point line and still get all the way to the rim.
KD against James. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Kevin Durant. You know, even though LeBron doesn't go 100% every minute of every game in the season, he still knows when to turn it on.
And for someone at his age, that is something you have to know how to do. You can see when LeBron kicks it into that next gear. Can't keep it on all the time, but he's still able to take over when he needs to.
The first one falls. Steve, one thing I always think of when I watch LeBron, how much fun it must be to be a teammate of his.
You know, Kevin, I wish I could have played with a guy like LeBron James. You get so many open looks and easy finishes with him on the court. One of the easiest superstars to play with, bar none.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
You know, the one chink in LeBron's armor, decent but somewhat inconsistent from the free throw line.
Irving passes to KD. The Nets working the ball around now. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Davis. Durant with the steal. Lobs it up for Jordan, and it's Jordan with the jam.
What strength by DeAndre. Really love seeing him sky up for the thunderous slam.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Outside Durant, there's the triple, drains the three-pointer. KD's got 5 now.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
LeBron James on the wing, defended by Durant. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and James throws it down.
How do you stop that? LeBron with too much lift and too much power.
Jordan finds Irving, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here is Davis. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
And Davis sends it back.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
James with it. Now Green defending. And there's the block. Just stops it cold and takes possession. Down low. It's stolen by Davis. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And Drummond kicks to James. And there's the pass to Davis. And the Lakers with another miss.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
And now here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. Count that one.
Get Anthony Davis in transition before the defense can set up. It gives him a lot of options.
Here's Big Red. 14 points from him the last game against Philadelphia.
And his shot blocking helped as well. Those 2 blocks he had were big for them.
Now Davis. After the missed 3 from KD. And it's denied. Passes it to Big Red. On the wing, Green.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
And finished off by Brown.
Credit the vision of LeBron. Leave even one guy open, he'll find him.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, what we saw in that game and what you see around the league is a questionable dependency on the triple.
You know, if you're cold from range, there are other ways to score. You can post up, dribble drive, get out in transition.
Changing it up here. And now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to see which teams over the last month have been best at scoring points off turnovers. Number 1, the Nets.
And you always like to see aggressive defense. And then when you can convert mistakes into points offensively, that's a big key.
Irving passes to Eubanks. He dishes it to Crowder. Pass to Horton Tucker. Just 5 on the clock. High post shot. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Lakers trail by 6. Caldwell Pope outside. Back to James. Pass to Caruso. Feeds it to Harrell. Gasol trying to free himself up, and it's Harrell missing.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Irving for 3. Rebound the Lakers. This game against Brooklyn here, it's their first look at the Nets.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
They are not short in confidence, but they can't get too carried away because it could cost them the game.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play. Trying to take advantage of soft defense, he might have gotten over eager.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Kicks it out to James. Another shot. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play. The Lakers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. Free throw good, James. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. To the paint, Crowder, and the layup falls.
Showing he's not just a perimeter threat. Crowder attacking the heart of that defense.
LeBron against Johnson. And here is LeBron. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. James has got 11.
In some ways, this is the glue to LeBron's offense. Unstoppable from mid-range.
And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Nets out in front, up 1. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching... And earlier we got a few words from Marc Gasol regarding his former teammate in Toronto, Kawhi Leonard.
he plays defensively, you know what he stands for, and how competitive he is. I mean, I don't need somebody to bang his chest or like scream or like be one of those guys to know if you're competitive or not. Like, I think that's the way he is, and I respect that. And he's actually a really good, teammate and vocal and speaks when he needs to speak.
And of course, Gasol and Leonard won the championship together in 2019, largely, Greg, because of their ability to play defense and get stops.
And 2 former Defensive Players of the Year on the same team. That's going to be your foundation. But both guys were tremendous at the other end as well, albeit in different ways.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
And you can see it's already having an impact. It can cause shooters to think twice.
We've got Irving. Johnson is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Eubanks in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Big Red's checked in for the Nets. The Lakers also making some changes. Davis is checked in for Gasol. And it's Bruce Brown in for James. Brooklyn on defense. 3-point lead. 5 on the clock. Second chance effort. Johnson with the block. And he's able to get it back. Brown dishes to Davis. That doesn't go either for Davis.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Yep, that one goes in there. Big Red's got his first points of the game. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Here's Brown following the bucket by the Nets. Over Johnson, and too long on the shot. Nets leading by 5. Here's the break. Nobody near Irving. Offline with his 3. The Lakers shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Caldwell Pope outside. Lakers passing it around from the baseline. And it's Harrell missing.
Decent look from mid-range, but there may have been a better option for them in that set.
Johnson outside. There's 3-pointers off the mark. Lakers trail by 5.
And for everything that Anthony Davis does on the floor, you can't forget about his defense. Still an elite level defender, guards multiple positions and turns away a number of shots. The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
This one for 3. No good that time. And the Lakers going the other way now. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Brown feeling it out a bit. A floater. Brooklyn with the rebound. Big Red's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Davis gets a lot of blocks without getting in foul trouble. About a 1-to-1 ratio for him in his career.
Incredible. And he's done a great job of learning how to go straight up, playing vertical. Gets blocks, but doesn't get pulled out of position. Does everything you want from a defensive anchor.
And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. First one falls for. And so he hits both.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Drummond's checked in for Harrell. James comes in for Caldwell Pope. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Pops it up for Jordan. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
When you lose sight of DeAndre on defense, you're in trouble. He's a huge target that can score easily when given the opportunity.
And here's Brooklyn. Big stretch here going 10-2. LeBron against Durant. Scored the basket. His fourth. He's only missed one of his 5 shots tonight.
And no hesitation attacking the defense. Body to body, Durant with an impressive finish.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Rarely frazzled. They play with a pretty even temperature, in my opinion, throughout this entire game.
Making a switch here. Eubanks is checked in. Marc Gasol's checked in for Los Angeles. A minute 42 left to play here in the second quarter. A steal. On the wing, Irving. He's guarded by Schroeder. Count it. Good. Irving's got the lead up to 13 now for Brooklyn.
Sometimes breaks are just as good as the gas pedal. Kyrie with the stop and pop.
Schroeder kicks to LeBron. Looking to end the run. A wide open look for Gasol. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
All you see is a lot of frustration. Someone needs to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
To the middle. James in the post. KD's on him. Here's Schroeder. Great D that time from Jordan. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Now here's Jordan. Now the pass to Eubanks. 5 to shoot. Pops it up for Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
The minute KD gets the ball, all eyes are on him. That leaves a wide open man.
Schroeder looking over the floor. Pass to LeBron. Over Durant. Misses the fadeaway jumper.
That was the best he could do. Just fade a little bit, try and get a clean look, but the defense was right on him.
And we finish one half of basketball. Nets lead by 15. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what was your plan for tonight?
I was trying to get assists in the beginning, and I'm just having a good time out here. Got it going a little bit. Enjoying myself.
Okay, Kyrie, we'll see you in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At one stretch in the opening period, they built up an 8-point lead. They just exploded in the second quarter. grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Benny, your thoughts on the Nets' first half?
Well, we're watching KD take control of this game. We know his offensive IQ is off the charts. And then you add the versatility, that makes him absolutely lethal.
And Shaq, what you think about the Lakers?
When you're that cold from the floor, it's always going to be an uphill battle. But the ball movement has to be the priority in the second half. They need to be creating a lot of good shots if they want to dig into this lead.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at James, what a contribution.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at the Lakers. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. On out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Drummond in at the center, locking down the middle. It's his first trip to the line.
And he's at 73% this year at the foul line. Adequate, but not spectacular.
Shooting two.
The first free throw is good. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are three names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Here's Schroeder after the made shot from KD, and it goes down 2 points. Schroeder's got 4 points this quarter.
Deadly with the teardrop. Schroeder gets great lift and uses his touch to guide it in.
Outside, KD. Off target from three-point range.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Durant's got 13.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Lakers trail by 12. Brown outside. Pass to Drummond. Schroeder outside. Lakers passing it around. Here's Davis. A rebound by the Nets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Irving. Rebound Andre Drummond. Brown outside. Pass to James. Takes it out to Schroeder. The three. It doesn't go for him. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Irving for three. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 4 rebounds in this game.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead. Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
Timeout called. The Nets. Game continues to evolve, Greg. Any changes in particular that you do not like?
That's a great question. You know, I'd like to see the replay review streamlined a little bit better. I wouldn't mind a touch more physicality being allowed in the game, but as much as we tend to complain, the one thing I have learned is if you're honest, you go back, we always complain. I don't care what the era is. Nobody's ever truly happy, and I'm not going to spend all my time worrying about that stuff, partner. I'm just going to enjoy the game that we are all so fortunate enough to be able to watch.
Totally agree. Jay Crowder's checked in for the Nets. Johnson comes in for Kevin Durant. And then for the Lakers, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Drummond. Caldwell Pope comes in for James. And it's Alex Caruso in for Bruce Brown. Johnson finds Crowder. And on the way from Irving for three, Caruso grabs the miss. Lakers trail by 9. To the inside, Harrell, and he uses the glass on the layup. Harrell's got his first basket of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now.
And the energy of a guy like Montrezl Harrell can rub off on the entire team.
Yes, it can. GA, he plays with a high motor, generates steals, blocks, and deflections. He's active all over the court, and now we're seeing it on the offensive end as well.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's best when he lets the game come to him, when he's not forcing shots, not making things tough on himself, not making tough passes. You know, Smitty, a simple approach does wonders for him.
Kevin, you applaud the maturity of KCP to realize that. He knew he needed to change his game to improve. Focusing on making the easy play has made him a very valuable member of this team.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Caldwell-Pope.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
And the Nets making a change here. Eubanks is checked in. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Gasol's checked in. And Caldwell-Pope drops them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Outside Irving. Irving double team. Johnson against Caldwell-Pope. Johnson, the pass to Irving. Here comes with the double team. Here's Eubanks. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Schroeder against Johnson.
It almost looked like that spin left him a little dizzy. Didn't have a very steady hand there on the attempt.
Good on the triple. And now it's a 10-point Brooklyn lead.
He wisely chose to pull up for a 3 on the fast break. The defense sucked in to prevent the layup.
Here's Schroeder. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Crowder kicks to Irving. And the Nets, another 3.
That's his second three-pointer of the night. 1 in each half. Trying to keep the defense honest.
Timeout called the Lakers.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, these guys need to work together as a team, as a unit. Try and carve out some easy buckets.
is making a change here. James is checked in. This break in the action gives us a chance to show you the NBA's current fast break specialists. Number 1, the Nets.
You really got to admire their conditioning. I mean, it takes a major commitment to play that fast breaking style, and they are all in.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. It's a 13-point game. To stop the run, a rebound by the Nets. Crowder's got his 6th rebound on the night. Irving passes to Johnson, and the rejection by LeBron. There's 57 seconds left in the third quarter. Caldwell Pope outside. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got 3 assists now in this one.
And the three-pointer, a big part of KCP's game. About half his shots come from out there.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Johnson's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Nets. Lakers trail by 13. James outside. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Shoots over Crowder. Again, Los Angeles.
And so far are going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Irving looking over the floor. Fires the 3. The Lakers with the rebound. Caldwell Pope left side. The feed now to LeBron. And it's blocked. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's the Nets. They lead by 11. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Durant is out there with Big Red. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Green. And it's Irving in at the point. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Count that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Schroeder. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Here's Irving. From 16 feet away, he cans it.
Difficult guarding Kyrie. He's comfortable from any range and willing to take what the defense gives him.
Feeds it to LeBron. And James throws it down.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam. Outside Irving. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Nets lead by 13.
One of the great rebounders in this league. When Jordan does score, this is often how it happens.
Here's Schroeder. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in
and
both
Seattle.
those cities.
Exactly. Davis has checked in for Los Angeles. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He talked about the mindset they need to have and what he wants to see the rest of the way. Engagement at both ends and making good decisions with the ball. Guys?
KD can't get it to go. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. They trail by 11. Brown kicks to LeBron. The pass to Schroeder over Irving. And it's Schroeder missing. The Nets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Los Angeles will take it the other way. Schroeder with the ball. Looking to get back on track here. And Jordan sends it back.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
And they're running. Here's Big Red, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
And it's Davis with the jam.
You won't find a much better alley-oop partner. AD flying to the rim.
Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Timeout called the Lakers.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
Present our New Balance Player of the Game, Dennis Schroeder.
And the way he's made his mark with his, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
What's so impressive, the defense is trying to make adjustments, but LeBron's making even quicker reads.
Big Red passes to Green. Six on the shot clock.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
James. Drummond passes to Davis. Gets it down to single digits.
And for those who criticize Drummond facilitating, I say rewatch that play. He's improving.
Pass to Durant. LeBron grabs the miss. LeBron's got 5 rebounds tonight. There's 1:38 left to play here in the fourth, and it's Drummond missing.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
The Brooklyn Nets coming into the building and looking sharp, and they hope to be sharp on the court, too, as they get ready to go to work on the road. The tallest building in Michigan, the Renaissance Center, part of the scenery tonight as we come to you live from Detroit. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Detroit Pistons going up against the Brooklyn Nets. Hi everyone, this is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. And with spring right around the corner, let's see who's flourishing in the power rankings. They're still dominant, sitting at number 1 once again.
Well, right now for the Pistons, they just can't seem to find the mojo they need to move up the rankings. They've tinkered with their lineup, but so far they just keep getting the same result.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Kevin, thanks very much. We have all heard the rumors regarding Kyrie Irving's moodiness. His teammate Kevin Durant said, Kyrie is an artist. He has his way of doing things, and I support him 100%. Irving said, human beings have mood swings. I don't have to be perfect. My teammates know who I am, and I'm proud of who I am. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Both teams tonight, Greg, love to push the ball up the floor, even off made shots.
You know, trying to find an opening before the half-court D can set up. I think you're going to see more and more of that every year.
I agree. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. They've got Tony Snell, Big Red out there with Jordan. And it's Durant, and it's Irving at the point guard position. And for the Pistons, they've got Smith, Pudley out there with Doumbouya. Then there's Wayne Ellington, and it's Bey in at the small forward position. So Detroit will get the first possession. And here's Smith. The pass to Bey. Beyond the arc. A shot by Ellington, no good. Passes to Snell. Now Irving, down low. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. Here's Bey. Plumlee trying to break loose. Doumbouya with it. KD's on him. Out to Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Poked away. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Pass to Bay. 4 on the shot clock. And it's blocked.
Well, it can't get worse than this. 0 for 4 to start.
Here's KD.
Well, Kevin Durant with a little crafty creativity. KD at the rim.
Now Plumlee. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Here's Smith, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. And he knocks down the first one.
Well, think back to the 2017 NBA draft. Dennis Smith Jr. was the 9th overall pick. There were many who believed he could have gone sooner, and some still think he should have. Let's see what plays with this young man's career.
Smith hits them both. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Big Red. 17 points for him last game against the Lakers.
Yeah, a terrific defensive effort along with that. 4 blocks in the game. Huge lift defensively for them.
And it's Irving missing. The Pistons have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Here's Bay. Guarded by KD.
But Kevin Durant is playing spectacular defense, and it sets the tone for the entire team.
I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Nets. Their last encounter was in Detroit, where they were able to handle the Pistons.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
I think there was no question they brought a level of physicality along with a tremendous work ethic, and it was why they were successful. Well, what a job, punching the ball to the interior and finishing in the paint. Nice.
Outside Irving. Pass to KD. Kicks it to Smith. Smith outside. There's the pass to Bay. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Well, DJ twice on the pipes. No, sir. Get it out of here.
Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Gerald Green comes in for Tony Snell. Here's Stewart, and it's sent back by KD. Passes it. A three-pointer, no good.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged.
Bay passes to Stewart. Moving against Smith. Pass to Okafor. Shot clock at 6. Fades away. And it's Durant with the rebound.
Boy, he's definitely covered well there. And we know he can knock down the fadeaway shot. Just didn't fall there.
That one goes. Count it.
Boy, what wonderful vision. Kevin Durant with a picture-perfect pass. Woo-hoo.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And what an outstanding win it was. I mean, to get it the way they did in overtime made it that much sweeter.
You know, they came in as the underdog here. Very low expectations, could play without pressure, and clearly that worked.
checked in for the Pistons. Corey Joseph comes in for Dennis Smith. And the Nets making a change here as well. Eubanks is checked in. Now here's Joseph. Okafor inside. Nope, not that time. Nothing for two from the field. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Irving. KD's got 6.
Boy, what a pretty move. And that's Kevin Durant's forte, right? This guy can find scoring opportunities anywhere.
Jackson misses. Nets leading by 4. And Durant, here we go, to the middle. And the Pistons now going the other way. KD against Joseph. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. No good from Irving. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Carter on the wing. Pass to Okafor. Outside, Joseph. Shoots it. A rebound by the Nets.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
And the 3 ball is good.
As soon as Kyrie Irving crosses half court, you have got to guard him, and you've got to be balanced because this guy is an effective, dominant offensive presence.
Joseph looking over the floor. To the inside, Okafor takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
I'll tell you, a terrific read from Corey Joseph. He recognizes the overcommitment of the defense and takes advantage.
And that does it for the first quarter. Nets out in front. They're up by 5. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. For those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization.
Out and forcing the issue.
Here's Bay, currently averaging almost 16.
Taking a look at some stats for DeAndre Jordan. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. First in field goal percentage, 5th in blocks, and he's an elite glass eater, a factor inside among the top 10 in rebounds per game.
And you're right, he's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot. That's why he's tops in field goal percentage. And he makes the first. The Nets making a switch here. Green's checked in. He hits both from the strike.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Here's Big Red. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. And that one's good. Durant.
Where Kevin Durant has really grown is manipulating pick and roll, making the right read, and this guy just adapts and adjusts so quickly.
Pass to Stewart. Now Okafor. Over Jordan. That one a little long.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
And that one is good. Durant's got 4 this quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Pass to Stewart. And stolen by Jordan. Now the pass to Snell. Outside for Durant. Pulls up, high post. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Here's Bay, defended by Durant. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
An 89% free throw shooter puts him right there among the league's best from the line.
2.
First free throw is good. A different look here for Detroit. Carter, he's checked in for Jackson. And it's Joseph in for Smith. And then for Brooklyn, Eubanks is checked in. And it's Johnson in for Gerald Green. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded. Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Joseph, the pass to Bay. To the paint. And Stewart gets it to go.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
And out of bounds. The Pistons will take it. We've got 13 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Joseph. The layup missed.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
Come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. Okay. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nets' first half?
Well, it's inspiring to watch Kevin Durant play. Coming back from an Achilles, and he hasn't lost a step. He has this team right where it needs to be.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
The shots were not dropping for them, and now they're in a big hole. They got to be talking about a way to get good shots. Their shot selection, pew-wee, not at all what it needs to be.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
Brooklyn leading by 18. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got DeAndre Jordan, Big Red out there with Durant. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Snell in at the shooting guard position. Here's Jordan, and slam dunk by Jordan.
If you don't do your work early and push DeAndre Jordan a little bit out of his comfort range, look out.
Smith in the posts. He's covered by Irving. Smith, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Well, MVP is already attached to Kevin Durant's name, but what I love, he continues to excel and improve.
Out to Smith. Clock at 4. Detroit needs to get off a shot here. Here's Plumlee. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got his 6th rebound on the night. It's Durant with the drive. It's good. Durant's got 17.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Smith the pass to Bay. Right around a minute and a half played here in the 3rd quarter.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
They grabbed their own miss. Big Red. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what, Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, we've seen this 1 or 2 times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan, finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
Jackson, he's checked in for Detroit. And a change for the Nets. Crowder, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. The Pistons have gone 0 of 5 to the start of the 2nd quarter. Extremely cold shooting coming out of the locker room. And it's blocked by Jordan. In transition, here come the Nets. 3-pointers, Snell, Big Red, tipped back in for 2. Big Red's got 8 points.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Smith dishes to Plumlee. And it's blocked.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Shot by Crowder, no good. Detroit with the ball. They're scoreless since the 1st half. Jackson looking around. 6 to shoot.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback. Three-pointer Ellington. Detroit, no good that time either. And the Nets with possession. They're rolling here on a 15-point run. Snell, the pass to Big Red. Here's Snell. No points in the game yet for him. That's a 2 from Crowder. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got 4 rebounds in this game. The drive by Smith. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game. Both teams will make substitutions. And a chance there to look back at the stunning Mobile 1 block a moment ago.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Carter against Green. Outside Jackson. Jacks up a 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Next step for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Carter for 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Big Red's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Irving against Carter. Pass to Eubanks. Back to Irving. Shot clock at 6. And the Nets miss again.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Here's Joseph. That's tipped. Joseph against Green. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Big Red's gotten 5 of his 7 shots to fall. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Trying to get something going. Outside for Jackson. And here's Joseph for 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. Big Red's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Pass to Green. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Detroit. Searching for that first bucket here in the third. Joseph against Irving. And it's Okafor missing. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Corey Joseph, and it's Okafor in at the center position. That's the group for Detroit right now. And then Okafor slams it in.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Outside, Green. Okafor grabs the miss. Pass to Magruder. Back to Joseph. Greg, compare the times when you played as an NBA player with a lot more contact and what was like go on the floor to what we're seeing now, when there seem to be a lot of whistles, a lot of stoppage of play.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, you got to allow players to defend. And if they're in a legal guarding position, let them do their job. You know, eliminate the cheap ones. Part of the issue, though, partner, is now so much of the game is played on an island, right? You don't have the crowds that you typically would see guys in back in our era. There's more space. The court, in that sense, is bigger. You're out there kind of on your own, man, and these guys are crafty at drawing fouls.
It's never been harder for a defender.
I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
Outside, Joseph. And there's the pass to Stewart. Now here's Okafor. He's covered closely. Brooklyn with the rebound. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. He gets that one.
And ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Servitas. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he had his mind made up.
And last season, we saw the NBA All-Star Game introduce a target scorer, Greg, to end the game, and instead of running out the clock. Did you like that, and would you widen its use?
No question, it's being looked at maybe for overtimes or tournament games. You know, Adam, not shy about exploring new ideas. And I got to be honest, going into the All-Star game, I wasn't a fan of the proposed changes.
Me too.
But once you saw it all play out, I have to say I was entertained. And I applaud the commissioner and the players in the league for buying in. And I think the fan experience was made all the more better.
Good point. Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jay Crowder's checked in for Miller. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Green. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Servitas. That one, no good. And here are the Nets. They've got an 8-0 run. Here's Conchar. He's guarded by Plumlee. Here's Conchar. 2 on the clock. Plumlee with the steal. And here we go. Servitas. Again, the miss by the Pistons. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Conchar can't get it to go. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. He's with it to the middle. And he banks in the layup.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Conchar. Here's the floater, and the layup is up and in. Horton Tucker's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
Passes it to Doumbouya. And here's Hayes. A floater, Servitas. No good with the triple. And here's Brooklyn. They're on a 10-2 run here. Pass to Horton Tucker. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. And with the frequency of three-point shots skyrocketing, Greg, does the drastic change concern you? And should something be done to lessen the dependence these teams have on threes?
It's crazy. I mean, we're starting to see teams take more threes than twos. You know, some have said maybe limit fouls on three-pointers to only 2 free throws. That might eliminate some of the flopping on those long-range attempts, but I really feel like this is the evolution of the game, and that 3 is going to be vital.
1:22 left in the fourth quarter.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Brooklyn.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for KD.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Horton Tucker. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
That's his second personal foul. At the line of the net, Taylor Horton Tucker. 2 shots.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. He's off on the second. Detroit with the ball. Pass to Hayes. Here's Magruder. Back to Hayes. Just 5 to shoot. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Plumlee.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, what do you think this team's identity is this season?
You know, we just have so many guys that can score. It's going to be somebody's night every night, like I keep saying. But we're also, our half-court offense is getting a lot better.
The ball is moving around, DeAndre. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone.
UK Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. A breathtaking view of the New York City skyline as taken from the Empire State Building. We're coming to you live from Manhattan. Welcome, everyone, to Noche Enabia. A Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivities. With Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. DA, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, the Knicks have young talent and some promising draft picks. For that reason, they feel they're well positioned to trade for a star if one becomes available. The Knicks front office member described that as the best path for them. Guys, in the Big Apple, there is little patience for a long rebuild.
A little patience indeed. That's interesting. Thank you, David. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Julius Randle.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
So the Nets starting five. We've got Jordan. Durant is out there with Big Red. Then it's McLemore, and it's Irving at the point. And for the Knicks, it's Randle and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then it's R.J. Barrett. Do you remember, Greg, if you watched the standings very much when you played?
You know, we were always aware of it, and a lot of that had to do with the goals. I remember early in my career playing for the Knicks, you know, we were trying to win championships, and we talked a lot about home court and having that come postseason time. So you were absolutely aware of where you were because of the goals you set. But I think that also changes depending on who you are as a team. If you're a championship caliber team that's won it, maybe you're in the midst of a dynasty run, it may not matter as much because you know how good you are. You can win no matter where the venue.
And again, it's the Nets missing.
Yeah, a little bit surprising he hasn't connected on at least one of his 3 shots yet, but he's going to keep shooting.
Second shot opportunity, and it's laid in by Barrett.
And Barrett does have the size to go in there and mix it up.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure. And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, I settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
And Derrick Rose certainly equipped athletically to punish teams in the paint.
The pass to Durant. From about 19 feet, that's good on the jump shot.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now, here's Barrett. An 11-point game for him in the win against Toronto.
Yeah, but there's always this point you got to look at where did he also impact the game. It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there. There's a tremendous demand in the NBA right now for the kind of build that R.J. Barrett gives you at that guard position. So sturdy, so strong, and he has a chance to be one of the best guards in the league for many years to come.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. And Brent, some breathless comparisons for R.J. Barrett. People throwing out names like Grant Hill and Tracy McGrady.
I mean, that's a ton of optimism around names like that. But this young player has a drive and a will. And I think he has the kind of composure to show you what he's made of. And if it reaches anywhere near those other players, Kevin, he's going to have one heck of a career. You wonder if R.J. Barrett could be the best player to come out of Canada. Now, that's some high praise because I had many years battling against one Steve Nash. But R.J. Barrett has a high ceiling.
Now, here's McLemore. Clock at 6. Lets it go from the wing, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
To the inside, here's Randle, and the Knicks miss again. And Barrett's father playing for the Canadian national team as well as playing overseas. And Brent, as you know, his mother, a nationally ranked sprinter.
Yeah, an unbelievable family DNA and lineage around a multitude of sports, and it really helps to be a generalist rather than a specialist. Couldn't ask for a better pedigree for one R.J. Barrett.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Knicks have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And for Derrick Rose, the question will be how much of his MVP level of play from 2011 can he recover? You'd love to see him return to that form.
And Rose drops them both.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Now, here is Irving. 11 points for him in that last game against Detroit. Up top, Barrett. And Durant sends it back.
Wow, the large wingspan of Durant on full display. What a block there.
His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Payton, he's checked in for the Knicks. The Nets also changing it up. Johnson comes in for Jordan, and it's Green in for Ben McLemore. Passes it to Payton. Back to Barrett. Over Johnson. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Pass to Barrett. There's the 3. Hits it from 3-point range. Barrett's got 6.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Pass to KD. 18 feet out, and the shot is good.
Now that basket must be widening out right now, and he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Payton passes to Noel. With some arc. Barrett, no good. And KD's got the ball here for the Nets. Trailing by 2. There's 1:34 left in the first quarter. Irving can't get it to go. Knicks have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Barrett the pass to Noel. And Noel throws it down.
And that's a good heads-up play there from RJ.
There's 1:17 left in the first quarter. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And remember, an early part of the process in Philadelphia, it's taken Noel a little time to define his role in the league.
The length and athleticism is just something that you can't teach, and that keeps people intrigued about Nerlens Noel. His skill set continues to be a work in progress, but there's been some signs of a turn for Noel now.
The Nets making a switch here.
And we get a chance to check out the numbers for Big Red. First in blocks, first in shooting percentage. and he's third in the league in rebounding. Just a tremendous motor. He is always in pursuit of the ball.
He has been a human highlight reel all
defensive coverage, even though it was all over.
Payton attacking. Here's Burks. That's good. And it's Payton with this. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Now, lead passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride. So full speed, 2 points.
Now, here's Barrett. He's got 6. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. And he knocks down the first one.
Well, RJ, another one of those players who grew up around basketball, as his dad, Rowan, played overseas for the early part of RJ's life, and that introduced him to the game.
Good on both. Here's Randall. A beautiful reverse layup.
How about that? The big man, Mitchell Robinson, able to find a teammate.
And so it's the New York Knicks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And you have to credit their defense for the job they've been doing against Irving. Kyrie's been almost invisible out there, and we don't say that very often. Back right after this. Recently, we had a chance to speak with R.J. Barrett about what was a trying first year.
I hate losing, but at the end of the day, it's part of the game. And I feel like you can learn more from a loss than you can from a win. And my teammates have been great. The whole organization has been great. We just, you know, whatever happens, we've kind of been sticking together and going through it all together, so that's been good.
And Barrett, a guy who's accustomed to winning, at least as an amateur, Greg.
I mean, he won a championship in high school, could have won one in his only year of college. He's going to be a driving force for the organization to get better.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Jay Crowder, also Johnson out there. Jordan is out there with McLemore. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 1. Now here's Crowder, still looking for his first bucket in this one. And not gonna go. He misses the first attempt on the night. Here's Barrett. Good work defensively by Crowder.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness. All the while, he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Now here's Rose. He's coming off a 13-point game against Toronto. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
And that's the Derrick Rose of old. Full speed ahead and bursting to the rim.
Timeout called, the Nets. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, it was probably a good feeling in that last game that the mid-range worked, the long-range worked, the inside game worked. But the best feeling was the crowd leaving that building not in a good mood.
Checked in for R.J. Barrett. Nets making a switch here. Nets trail by 6. On the wing, Irving. He's covered by Rose. Crowder goes in. Jordan trying to free himself up. Shot by Crowder, no good. Knicks have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Randall finds Rose. Outside Robinson, and it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
The Knicks fans looking for any ray of hope, and it doesn't have to come at the hands of high-level draft choices. Mitchell Robinson is one of those young players right now for them who's showing a ton of promise.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Nerlens Noel comes in for Robinson, and it's Toppin in for Julius Randle. Big Reds checked in for the Nets.
Well, the sheer size of DeAndre Jordan is such a big benefit. It makes him an effective finisher on the inside.
There's Noel, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Robinson, a second-round pick for the Knicks. Brent, he has been a steal.
I agree with you. He started playing basketball in 8th grade, so you wonder how much more unlimited and untapped potential does Mitchell Robinson have at this position.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
The first one falls.
Nerlens Noel, since coming into the league, seemingly has fought an uphill battle to try to find a role on a team where he can consistently make key contributions. Let's hope it's now.
The Knicks making a switch here. Payton's checked in, and the Nets also making a change. Green's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. And a 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. They now take the lead.
Timeout.
Big Reds got the lead up to 1 now for Brooklyn.
Well, KD, an awesome job there just
tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Well, let's see if the lesson was learned from that loss. If they come out with the same type of effort, they can expect a similar result here.
And New York making a change here. Barrett's checked in. Here is the list of players with the most boards in the league this month. The NBA's leading rebounder. You look at Big Red, 3rd in rebounding, and what a physical presence inside.
He must be spending a lot of time in the weight room because he's shown such strength under the basket.
New York trailing. Burks the pass to Noel. Dishes it to Payton. And there it is for him.
The more he drains those mid-rangers, the more it boosts his confidence.
Durant against Barrett. And stolen by Payton. In the corner, Barrett with it. From outside, off the mark. Nets have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, I like the shot selection of DeAndre Jordan. He stays ready to shoot, especially in the paint. Does not have many attempts in his career outside of it.
Now here's Noel. He kicks to Barrett from past the arc. Rebound, Brooklyn. Durant's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. It's Jordan on the wing. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. It's good from long range. Irving's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Well, he's seeing everything right now. Fantastic job pulling the trigger when he's open.
And here's Barrett. New York, no good that time either.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jump one.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nets lead by 4. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid, how big is defense going to be in the second half to help you get this win?
It's going to be big. That's what it's going to come down to. The defense wins games.
It certainly does, Elfrid. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's
trying to gain an edge. It's been one outstanding game from Big Red.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half. And he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Yeah, there's not any guy defensively that was bodying him up or contesting the shot. So right now he's feasting.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Barrett and Randall are in the forward positions. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Rose. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Jordan finds KD.
In the league, he still brings an old school physicality to the game.
He's a good rebounder and a good finisher in the paint. Still trying to develop GA using that offhand and trying to have some touch around there with the right. That'll be a critical skill moving forward, but he has other ways to get at you offensively.
And the Knicks with possession here, following the 3 from Kevin Durant. Six on the shot clock. Quickly. He can't get that one. The Nets go the other way with it. On the wing, Irving. He's covered by Rose. Irving passes to Big Red. Now here's McLemore outside. They get the rebound.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. And so it's New York with it. After the basket by Brooklyn. Here's Randall. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Pass to Big Red. Rose against Irving. Again, the Nets for 2.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Rose scanning the floor. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Jordan. Down low. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
I like to see KD when he just elongates like that, gets all the way up to the rim for an easy throwdown.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
to stop the drought, and that's 2 points on the layup. Rose has got 10.
All right, after 4 misses, they finally get one to go. That has to be a big relief for the offense after beginning this half on a bit of a cold streak.
Timeout called. That's Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his specialty?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
Let's take a look at our rookie leaderboard and who's putting up the most points per game. Well, you look at Big Red, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
And there's always firepower in every rookie class, but even among the top guns, he's the best of the best. He'll be an offensive force for years to come.
Now here's Crowder. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. They get it back. Shooting as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Brooklyn shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good for the Knicks. Toppin, he's checked in for Julius Randle. And it's Payton in for Rose. Both good from the line that time.
Well, a big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Now here's Noel. Kicks it to Barrett for the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Barrett's got 11 points.
Well, RJ right there moving without the basketball, and that helps him to get to an open spot on the floor. That creates the rhythm.
Irving passes to Big Red. The kick out to Irving. Nailed from three-point land. Irving's got the lead up to 13 now for Brooklyn.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Rejected by Crowder.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. So here's Burks, following the bucket by the Nets. Inside, Barrett, and the layup's good off the glass. Barrett's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, Barrett with a nice touch down there as the lefty was able to negotiate the little room that he had.
Pass to Irving. Here's Big Red. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists in the game.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
New York calls timeout.
Yeah, his shot is just not there tonight, guys. And instead of trying to shoot himself out of the slump, maybe he needs to start moving the ball around and creating for his teammates.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Green's checked in. And we've got a moment now to check out the Eastern Conference standings and see where everyone is sitting as things begin to settle down just a bit through the midway point of the season. You look at Brooklyn, they've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And of course, the New York Knicks just need to take it a game at a time.
And right now for Brooklyn, gotta be one of the feel-good stories of this NBA season. Not many people were talking about them coming into the start of the year.
No doubt about it. They're one of the top teams everyone's talking about, top to bottom. Everyone in the organization, that means front office, coaches, players, just done an outstanding job this season.
And Brooklyn has possession. The Knicks making the shot. Here's Irving. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the New York Knicks. It's a 16-point game. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. The Knicks have been coming through at the charity strip. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
That one is off. Rose, he's checked in for New York. He hits the second from the line. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Irving. And there's the pass to Big Red. Knicks trail by 15. Rose kicks to Barrett. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. 16 points for R.J. Barrett. Irving with the bounce pass. From deep, Johnson, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
Well, just staying alert right there, R.J. Barrett with some nice defense.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Nets, up by 12. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court for the Nets, getting the 4th quarter going. Durant is out there with Big Red. Then it's McLemore. Then it's Johnson. And it's Irving in at the point. Quickly guarded by McLemore. Passes to Robinson. Here's Randall. Rebounded by the Nets. Big Red's got 11 rebounds in the game. KD's shot is good. And the Nets lead by 14.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive. Textbook bounce pass there, perfectly timed.
KD on the wing. Pass to Jordan. From deep, McLemore. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got his 5th rebound in this one. Rose against Irving. Clock at 6. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Rose.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And as he gets older, we've seen Derrick Rose coming out of his shell a bit more. Early in his career, he was wary of strangers and the media.
R.J. Barrett's checked in for Burks. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. His demeanor was not one of a coach whose team was well ahead. He said, this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. We'll see if they were listening. Guys?
One shot.
And growing up, Derrick Rose protected by his family from the dangers of Chicago. Then, Greg, after starring at the University of Memphis, he was drafted by his hometown Bulls.
Anointed a savior from day one. You talk about a life under the microscope. Sports writers picking him apart, rabid fans wanting a piece. In a lot of ways, it's probably better for him not playing in Chicago.
Now, here is Irving. Rebounded by Rose. Here's Barrett. A rebound by the Nets.
Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find it.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And the shot goes in.
Yeah, Randall does a good job. His frame alone helps to create some space. Just with a little pivot there, able to find a way to score.
It's Irving, top of the key. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got his 6th rebound on the night.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Pass to Barrett. Randall down low. He's covered by Irving. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Randall. Rose against Irving.
My expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
Rose against Irving. Outside for Randall. And stolen by Jordan. Nobody near Irving. No good off the back of the rim.
He's getting good looks on the floor, but he simply cannot bury anything right now. He's got to stay confident, though, because everyone knows he can hit those shots.
Now here's Rose. To the paint. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Randall.
And that's the role they want for Rose. Getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Here's KD. Outside Irving. Jordan inside. Big Red. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. 22 points for Big Red.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
New York calls timeout. They're down by 11. 1:46 left in the 4th quarter. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Kyrie Irving.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. .146 left in the fourth. Moving against Rose. And Noel throws it down.
Threading the needle there effortlessly. Rose, truly a pro when it comes to running that pick and roll.
Irving surveying the floor. That's tipped. And oh, here we go. Rose, nobody back. And he gets it back. And can't hit the shot. But they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line.
And a guy who's averaged as many as 7 free throws a game in his career, Rose knows how to get to the line.
Gets the first, and that brings them within 8. And Rose drops them both. Nets leading by 7. Jordan, high post. He lobs it up.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Rose against Irving. He can't get it to go. And Brooklyn will come the other way. 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the inside. Jordan dishes to McLemore. 5 on the clock. Here's Durant. Second chance shot. And Jordan with the layup.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
New York, no good that time either. Brooklyn with the ball. They lead by 11. Now Irving. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, where did you try to make the most impact tonight?
Just trying to limit those guys to one shot. They have a really big team, so keeping them off the board. But, you know, setting screens and rolling, putting pressure on those guys. Our guys are shooting the basketball, so we really open it up for easy looks.
That is how you can impact the game without touching the ball, DeAndre. Thank you. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.